How's it going, guys? It's the Autistic Scyther here, and yeah, we finally made it to New Year's Eve. Basically, hard to believe 2025 is almost over. And in fairness, yeah, it has been a rocky year for all of us, especially on the internet side of things. But even with that, there's always, as I always say, there's always a silver lining. Being said, 2026 is really going to be is going to possibly be a better year. God willing, if AI age verification isn't forced on all of us. But even with that being said, who would have thought that this year would have been the year that I would have started my own YouTube channel? I mean, it's been a dream of mine to make a YouTube channel, and honestly, I'm not stopping now. That being said, who would have at least thought that was me, that this would have started with me losing my job at Dollar Tree and just deciding to start this on a whim. And honestly, I think it was the best decision I made. And hopefully, I hope to make this a full-time job of mine. But even with that, I hope next year will be a year that I can see some very significant growth for my channel. That being said, it makes sense to just lay out everything I've got planned for this coming year, or at least for 2026, which really says a lot. First off, countdowns. Now, if you've already seen it from at least this past month, I'm basically going to end up making countdowns at least once a week on a Saturday. So, for those that are subscribed to my channel, they're gonna at least expect, or those that are considering subscribing to my channel, they can at least expect one countdown video at least every week. God willing, depending on, if I'm feeling a little under the weather, it might not be that week because of, just to allow myself time to recover. But at least I'm gonna try and make one countdown video every week. Granted, that being said, I have specific months where I'm gonna end up making a specific list corresponding to a certain holiday, because I got one for February for Valentine's Day, one for May for Mother's Day, one for June for Father's Day, and so on and so forth. Granted, even with that, and sometimes it might not, I might have some extra ones besides the Saturday countdowns, like whether they have whether there's like a Nintendo Direct or a Pokemon Direct or what have you. I might essentially do if there's an exciting one, I might do I might do a countdown for those that I'm excited for, and possibly there might be a lot of things I have in store. Additionally, for those that remember, I basically I might also make a countdown for World Ash Ketchum Day, and maybe a World Ash Ketchum Day, since I did that this year. And I might have a plan for a Halloween month. Specifically, spooky spooky Pokedex entries, which might be a yearly tradition. Again, if you want to see that again this year, let me know in the comments, and basically you want to see a list of 10 spooky entries and 10 spooky Pokedex entries each year. Let me know, and I'll basically consider making this a yearly thing. It all depends. So yeah, basically countdowns, but basically for the most part, countdowns will at least be a weekly thing on Saturday. Second, I'm planning to do, I have another specific sort of essay type video that I'm planning. This time focusing on this time coinciding with Black History Month. As you already haven't guessed, I'm African American, basically black, and thus I've basically taken notice of whenever a black character shows up, and even with that, I've noticed a lot of games and franchises have been eaten good with black characters, especially Pokemon and Fire Emblem, because recently with characters like Tamara, Fogado, and Fogado from Fire Emblem Engage, or Jacinth from Pokemon Legends ZA, honestly, we've been really eating good. So basically, I'm going to make like an entire essay of like black characters in different video games. Not just Pokemon and Fire Emblem, but many other different video games, from fighting games, RPGs, that sort of thing. And even though most other YouTubers like Captain Astronaut and have essentially made this sort of list, I'm throwing my hand into it to try it out. So, yeah. But it's not the only thing I'm planning, because I've got several videos planned for Autism Awareness Month. Because again, besides being African American, I'm also on the autistic spectrum. So basically, you can expect those around that time. So, says a lot. So keep an eye out for that. Next, that being said, I got another thing I'm focusing on. I mean, I've watched a lot of videos from YouTubers like Totally Tubular Jonathan and Daryl Talks Games, basically focusing on clearing out their on the video game backlog, or clearing out their backlog. And considering the amount of video games I have in my own collection, while not as cumbersome as many others out there, I'm basically taking the challenge to heart and just trying my best to clear out my own video game backlog. That being said, I'm going to basically all next year, I'm going to be trying to clear out my backlog and get that taken care of. That being said, I'm not going to leave you guys out of the loop, no. Because at least every 3 months, I'm going to at least keep you guys abreast at my progress in clearing out the backlog. Just let you guys know where I'm at. And hopefully I can at least get this taken care of. Granted, I might end up getting other video games into my backlog, but That's the price I'm gonna pay. And finally, there are new things I'm gonna end up trying. Because recently, one of the things I'm considering trying is Let's Plays. Now, I'm not sure if anyone wants to see me do a Let's Play on my channel, but that's something I'm planning on trying because I've watched a lot of YouTubers like Green Scorpion, Chugga Conroy, the Quarter Guy, the Rad Brad, YouTubers like those doing Let's Plays, and almost all the time I've been like, I at least want to try it at some point. So, I've been learning how to do specific things using the computer. So, at some point, and not only that, I ended up getting myself a Steam account, so maybe I might, if I end up getting maybe this coming year, I might end up getting a capture card so I could finding a way to get a capture card so I can make a Let's Play, so I can do Let's Plays, or maybe at least streaming or doing a Let's Play using Steam or what have you. Who knows? So, if you see a Let's Play on there, just know that's something I'm possibly trying. Additionally, I might end up trying, if I end up finding a way to make use of it, I might consider setting up a Patreon. So, if I end up mentioning Patreon, yeah, I'll basically, if I end up setting up a Patreon, I'll let you guys know, at least. So, yeah. At some point, those may be a reality by next year. Again, God willing. We really don't know what's gonna happen next year, so fingers crossed for the most part. Alright. That being said, that's basically all I'm gonna have to figure out. And even with that being said, it always depends on what's gonna happen in the near future. I'm not a mind reader. Nobody can read minds. But with that being said, with your help, we'll basically make this a reality. That being said, like, comment, subscribe, possibly hype up if you can, and as always, Happy New Year, and see you next time.